the class of 2022 please come to the bleachers? I would now like to introduce to you the award-winning, multi-time national champion UNLV cheerleaders. Thank you very much. Let's give them another round of applause. And now I believe we have a special guest here, Buckets. Buckets, so you're here. I understand you're going to dunk a couple for the class for good luck. All right, so welcome to the 2022 match ceremony. I'm Dr. Roger, Associate Dean for Student Affairs. Yeah, I got to keep it here. Goes out real quick. So the Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Admissions, and welcome everybody today. We're so happy to have you all here. It's one of the best days of the year for us. This class has done great, as you guys are going to see in a few minutes. I would first like to introduce back to the stage Dean Mark Kahn, Dean of the School of Medicine and Vice President for Health Affairs, to say a few words.
What do you think? I'll stick to bugle playing. Maybe not that either. It's kind of like F Troop. Lily shaking her head no. Technical. So, first, I'd like to thank the President Keith Whitfield will be saying a word or two in a minute, as will Regent DeBrava. But we also have Regent Perkins here. So let's have a round of applause for our dignitaries. So, match day 2022. So I think about it. My match day was 1987. So is that 40 years ago? No, but it's a long time ago. So what an exciting day, right? I mean, this is really the culmination of why you guys came here 4 years ago, and how exciting it is. I have the privy of having seen the match list, and it's great. There's going to be a really lot of happy people today. One thing, though, I want to remind everybody, and that is that UNLV is your institution. We have representatives from the Alumni Association here, and I want to remind you that's not the Alumni Association, that's your Alumni Association. So for those of you who are leaving state, and there are some of you, remember, we need you back here. We need good doctors here. We accepted you here because we knew you'd be great medical students and you'd be successful. Remember, come back here. This is where we really need doctors, and hopefully in the past 4 years, this has become home. So with that, I want to say you've done a great job. I want to say good luck. And as you move on, I want to say Godspeed. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce the best university president in the United States, Dr. Keith Whitfield, UNLV president, to please come up.
No. Because there's no upside. If I make it, you know, you'll think that I need to join the team or something like that, and Kevin Kruger has it handled. And if I don't make it, you all will all remember that. So that's not going to happen. Plus, I injured my knee, and so I'm on injured reserve, you know. Let's say that. I am so happy to be here with you today. I have these words in front of me, and I'm supposed to say them, but I did the same thing last year, that when I get in front of you, I am so excited to be here. I've shared with you before that one of my daughters is a cardiothoracic surgeon, and that this day is this incredible, monumental day that is kind of a capstone for all that you've been doing for so many years. So, yes, I remind you, I was here last year for the first one, and that you guys are number 2, and that you're following in a very, very proud history that is being created here at UNLV. But so I want to begin by congratulating you all on reaching this milestone moment in your medical career journey, your medical school journey. You've put in the hard work and demonstrated your dedication to the path that you've chosen. And our community, let's even say our nation, given all that's going on, needs you and is proud of you. And UNLV in particular is immensely proud of you. Although the COVID-19 pandemic is apparently, hopefully, finally slowing down, it should be noted that you've accomplished in medical school has been largely done in the midst of a crisis. Despite those added pressures to an already arduous workload as a medical student, the pandemic failed to hinder your progress. In fact, in so many instances, the students of the Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine at UNLV lent their skills to alleviate suffering during this time. This is a challenging time, and it underscores the need for, and frankly, the demand that we have for heroes to step out, to make sure that their presence is known when it's needed, and that they serve our public. Medical professionals are now the heroes of today. If there was ever a time to appreciate what you bring to this community, to this state, and to this world, it's now. And by the way, just to underlie our UNLV spirit, you may have noticed the March Madness theme here today, and that I am incredibly proud that our Lady Rebels are going to the tournament for the first time in 20 years. That adds to the incredible legacy and history and the moment in time that you all finding out where you'll be going actually wraps and ties things together. So while we're doing some of that cheering, there's some other people that are here, and they do their own piece that is critically important to your success. That is your families, your friends, your spouses, the significant others who have supported you while you followed your dreams of medical school here. If you would, let's give them a little bit of a round of applause right now. So finally, I hope that whatever path you follow in your professional journeys, that you will consider returning to Las Vegas to share your skills with our community and to help the students that will follow you make sure that they have a great role model to be able to look up to. You may have heard me say this before. It's kind of like I'm trying to make my own press. I'm a student success president. I care more about that than all the other kinds of accolades that we can get as a university. I think that it's critically important. What I love about being here today is that, to me, you guys epitomize that success and that determination and the skills that it takes to achieve it. So to the entire medical class at the Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine, and particularly those joining us here today, I just want to share that you make me proud, and then you make all of us here at UNLV incredibly proud. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, President Whitfield. I'd now like to introduce to the stage Dr. Mark Dubrava, who has a few words on behalf of the Board of Regents. You gonna sync one? There we
go. Thank you very much. To kind of go along with the basketball theme, it's so exciting to go through match day. My match day was back in 89, 90. That's 1989, 1990. And UNLV basketball was a contender at that time for the national championship Final Four, and then they won it a year or two later. And it's kind of exciting because when I was interviewing to go into my residency, boy, there was some discussion on, hey, how are you as an applicant? Oh, and let's talk basketball. And I'm like, okay, that was an icebreaker. But it actually was exciting because I got to explain back then to people they weren't familiar with Nevada. I had to explain to them that, yes, we do have a medical school. It's based at Reno, but I did rotations in Las Vegas. And the whole time I was on these interview circuit, I was like, yeah, why isn't there the med school in UNLV? And that was back in, 1990. So it's exciting to see the second class going through this match process. You're going to go, some are going to stay here, some are going to go across the country, and you're going to serve as student ambassadors to whatever state or whatever program you go to. And people are going to know more about the UNLV School of Medicine. So it's very exciting. I'm very happy for you. I know you're nervous. Where are you going to go? We're going to find out soon. But thanks to everybody.
And last but definitely not least, Dr. Neil Haycox, the Vice Dean for Academic Affairs and Education.
I'll take a shot if you raise it. Okay. I know I'm kind of facing this way, but I'm really talking to you all right over here. So congratulations. You've almost reached the starting line. We call this a School of Medicine, but after thinking about it, I think what we've really built is a launch pad for you guys to chase your dreams and serve society in the process. No doubt you have spent the last week thinking about all the possibilities that today might bring. This is truly a fork in the road for each of you. Some of you will stay in Las Vegas. To those I say congratulations. This is a wonderful place to learn your craft. It's a great city, and the city will be very grateful to each of you who will remain. Some of you will go elsewhere. Some of you will be going very far away. To those, I also say congratulations. To echo a theme here, we hope that you bring your new skills and experiences back to this community. A list of things that you might need. Some of you will need winter clothes and light therapy. Some of you will need raincoats. Some of you will need insect repellent. A couple of you will need windbreakers. Some of you will need to learn, or at least practice, a new language. Some of you will need to start incorporating y'all into your vocabulary. Some of you will learn just how particular people can be about barbecue and pizza. Some of you will truly, deeply learn what grits are. Some of you will need all-wheel drive. Some of you will consider buying electric cars. Some of you will need rent control. Actually, maybe all of you need rent control. Some of you will buy surfboards and probably not use them as much as you think. I do suggest that you all invest in a backup alarm clock. After all, you don't want to be labeled as unreliable. But all of you will need to remember that while residency is a big deal, it's also just the next piece of a much, much larger and longer story, one that will be full of surprises for all of you. It has been an indescribable honor to work with all of you, and I wish each of you the best of luck. Thank you.
Okay. Before we go to a brief video, I would like to mention the incredible work that's been done by the staff who came up with this idea, Ann Diggins and the team. You all have done an amazing job, and I would like to give them a huge round of applause. Definitely a memorable event. Thank you all very much. I couldn't do this without you. Okay, we have a brief video that we're going to play. At the end of the video, there will be a countdown, and then you'll hear a buzzer. And when you hear that buzzer, you are welcome to go to the tables and the stand over here to my left to retrieve your match results. Okay? So can we please start the video?
Are you ready? Las Vegas, Nevada. Are you ready?
Okay, it is time to meet some of these students who just had a very memorable experience. They matched, and with me is a couple who matched, Tristan and Darlene, and you guys matched where now?
Iowa City, Iowa.
Yes?
Yes.
And how hard, were you nervous? Because couples matching is not easy. You both have to interview well, you both have to be selected by the program. Are you excited, Darlene?
I'm very excited. I'm very nervous, and it's going to be a huge adventure. We are moving across the country, but it's going to be awesome. I'm very happy.
What specialty again?
Both of us internal medicine.
Internal medicine. Did you meet while you were in medical school?
We did.
Yep, first year medical school.
Outstanding. You're a great couple, and I followed you through your whole 4 years here. You've been doing great and killing it. What's your favorite experience besides meeting this wonderful woman here and this wonderful man? What is the most memorable experience your 4 years at Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine?
I think for me, we had a med school band, and there was 5 of us in the band. We all matched today, so that was nice, making friends. That was fun.
Darlene, you're in the band?
I am in the band. I am the singer. Tristan is the drummer. And then fellow medical students are bass players and guitar players. And I definitely love doing the band as well. We wrote music and we played live shows, and it was just very fun.
Got you away from your studies and let your mind, open up and everything. What's the name of the band? I'm sure you guys have a unique name.
It is the Desert Yetis.
Desert Yetis.
Yep.
Desert Yetis.
Outstanding. All right. Well, Iowa's getting 2 fantastic students. You're going to be great docs. We loved having you here, so congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Thanks, guys. Very good. Time to meet another student who is extremely happy today. This is Maiko Suarez, and she matched at Penn, one of the top programs in the country in internal medicine, right? And that, as I understand, is one of the best internal medicine programs in the country. Are you excited?
I'm very excited, yes.
Now tell us about the process. What was it about Penn that attracted you, that made you think that's a good culture, good place to go?
Penn is my alma mater, so that was the first thing. So I'm very familiar with Philadelphia. I love living in Philadelphia. The other thing was I love that they really they promote diversity in their mission statement, and that was one of the main things I looked for in a residency program.
Now, a member of the class of 2021, our charter class, 2 members of our charter class
Yes.
matched to Penn. Do you know Lauren and Damien, who are also there?
Yeah, I actually talked to Lauren before choosing Penn as my number 1, and she was telling me she loved her time at Penn during her first year. So.
The dean also went to Penn. Our current dean of the School of Medicine, Dr. Mark Kahn, went to Penn, and he is excited personally that you're going to Penn because he knows you're going to do a great job and you're going to show everybody what a great school we have here.
Yeah, I absolutely will. Yeah, I'm very excited to be going to Penn as well.
What was your favorite moment in medical school?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I've had multiple favorite moments. I've loved my time here in terms of like the people and all the friends that I've made, all the clinical moments that I've had. Even though the COVID pandemic was happening, I think I've learned a lot during those times, and all the patients that I've gotten to me, and it was a hard time, but I just got to learn a lot, and I'm really grateful for all those moments.
Oh, all this attention on going to a prestigious program across the country, one of the top programs in the country, but the question everybody's asking, do you think you'll come back here after residency and practice here in Southern Nevada or Nevada?
I think so. My parents are here, and my sister is here as well. My parents just bought a new home, so my thought is that I'm gonna go train somewhere else. Learn something new, and bring what I learned back here to Las Vegas.
We hope so. Regardless, we're incredibly proud of you, Maiko. Maiko Suarez, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
All right, this is one of our favorite students, one of my favorite students, Robert Vargas. Robert Vargas was screaming the loudest, jumping the highest. You matched to, where'd you match?
I matched at Rush for internal medicine.
Outstanding. Chicago, we have physicians here who also did residencies there. They said, that's where the action is, man. That's a great place to serve your residency.
I'm really excited to learn from the population, get a good breath. I'm from Vegas. My goal is to, learn and then come back here. So
Truly.
Learn for a few years and come back.
You're UNLV grad, right?
Yes.
And you're also an Ingolstadt scholar, correct?
Yes, UNLV everything, UNLV for undergrad, medical school, and then yeah, I did Ingolstadt. I was an Ingolstadt scholar in undergrad as well as medical school. So they've helped pretty much fund this dream today. So without them, I wouldn't be here today. So it's awesome.
Who's here with you today to help you celebrate?
My mom's here, my brother's here, and then my partner's here. So we're all here celebrating. It's awesome.
Beautiful. Who do you want to say hi to who couldn't make it?
In the spiritual sense, my dad passed in my first year of medical school, and I know he'd be here today, but I know he's very proud, and I hope this is for him. He's the reason why I'm doing internal medicine, so he fueled my specialty, so I hope he's here today.
Well, you have always carried a great energy through the 4 years that I've seen you here in the hallways and with your classmates. You've done a great job. Rush is getting a good one, my friend.
I appreciate it so much. It wouldn't have been without UNLV. UNLV gave me the skills to be there, so I'm awesome. I'm excited.
Favorite moment in medical school?
Favorite moment. Anytime I passed my boards, it was just a sigh of relief knowing I finished one other one off the dust. So that's huge days.
Outstanding. How long is an internal medicine residency typically?
Internal medicine is usually 3 years. My goal is to either do general hospital work or maybe infectious disease training, which is another 2 years. After COVID, I really love what infectious disease doctors can do. So that's one of the things I'm looking at for my future.
We can't wait to see you back here, Robert Vargas.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate everyone being here today. Thank you. Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back. We got 2 more of the top students that matched today. A couple of my favorites. They're all my favorites, really.
Appreciate it.
Donis Davis and Brandon Gaston. Congratulations. Donis, you matched to where now?
University of Southern California.
In specialty?
Emergency medicine.
Outstanding. And Brandon?
University of Miami-Jackson, anesthesiology.
Brandon, when you were interviewing with Miami, what appealed to you? What do you think you're getting into there?
Honestly, the personalities. We were vibing on like the same level. The guy was asking me questions. At one point, we were talking about Rick and Morty. So I was like, this is my people. So honestly, I'm very happy.
Have you spent much time in Florida before?
I have not, but I look forward to going.
You're going to love it. And Donis, USC.
Yes.
Tell me about what appealed to you. What do you think you're going to find there?
Almost the same as Brandon. The people there were amazing. I'm very excited to work with the people over there. Their training is impeccable. They were my number 1 choice, so I'm very excited to go there.
Well, both of you guys make us so proud. Donis, you have a saying about hard work, right?
Yes,
What's that saying again?
Yes, that hard work beats talent whenever you work harder than talent.
Absolutely,
yes.
Absolutely. Now tell us about, did you come from a family of physicians, Brandon?
I did not. I will be the first physician in my family.
Outstanding.
Yes,
Donis?
My mother's a nurse, yes.
Very good,
Yes,
very
yes,
good.
yes.
Favorite moment in medical school? When you think back on your time at Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine, what are you going to think about?
All the friendships that I made some lifelong friends. I hope we stay in contact for the rest of my life. Yes.
I couldn't agree more. Honestly, I got to meet this man, a few other people, and just made the experience worthwhile. So,
several of the faculty members say the class of 22 is a hard-working group. That you guys came and you crushed it. We're going to miss you. We're proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We've got another top student, Cole Crosby, who matched to the University of Washington system, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Congratulations,
Thank
Cole.
you.
Tell us about your specialty and what appealed to you about Washington when you were interviewing with him.
Yeah, so I'm applying to anesthesiology. For me, I think University of Washington.
Wait a minute, you said applying. You're in, brother.
I'm in. I'm sorry. I mastered into anesthesiology.
You're in.
I think for me, University of Washington, I did my undergrad up in Oregon, and so I'm pretty fond of the Pacific Northwest, and so that's ultimately where we wanted to end up, and love the scenery up there, love the city, love the food. So yeah, it worked out perfectly.
And anesthesiology, I've heard, is a very competitive field.
I think, yeah, I mean, this year I think especially you saw more and more people flooding into it, and certainly more competitive than I had initially maybe bargained for, but I'm happy that it worked out.
How do you think, I mean, you know where some of your classmates matched. How do you think it turned out this year for the match day?
I think it went phenomenal. I mean, I see tons of smiles, tears of joy, a lot of laughter, a lot of screaming. I don't think you could ask for anything more on a match day.
And 3 of you are going to Washington, right?
Yes.
Does that provide some level of comfort?
Yeah, I mean, especially doing anesthesia. I know Ikenna is doing ortho, so, I imagine 3 years from now us being in the operating room together, and that would be a pretty cool moment for us.
That would be awesome. I have to ask you, you were a part of the second class to sign on at the UNLV School of Medicine. Was there some trepidation? Was there some hesitation? A brand new medical school, and now how does it feel? Did everything work out?
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't have any trepidation coming back. I'm from Las Vegas, born and raised, and so coming back to be with my parents and family was important to me. And, in hindsight, I couldn't have made a better decision to come here. So
we are so proud of you, and we know you're going away for a few years, and one of the reasons so many students go away is because there's so few residency positions here. I have to ask the question, do you intend to come back and practice here after residency, possibly?
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the things that's been interesting is looking, as this interview trail goes on, you get a chance to peek at different cities and think about places to live in the future. And I think the more I went through that, the more I realized Vegas is a great place to live. It's an easy place to live, and I could certainly see myself back here.
Who's here celebrating with you today, and who do you want to say hello to now who couldn't be here?
I've got my fiancée Nina here with me today, and I'd like to say hello to her parents, Denny and Aisha, and my parents, Kurt and Teresa. So,
Cole Crosby, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you.
You're in. All right. Welcome back. We have, you want to talk about an achiever, Vlad Zitny, a fantastic student who broke records for published research papers. Published, how many did you publish?
18 papers, 18 academic papers.
Just 18 academic papers on top of your medical school studies.
Yes, it was quite a challenge, but it happened.
You matched to a very prestigious program. Tell us about it.
So very extremely fortunate to match to NYU anesthesiology, one of the best programs in the country to train in this field, and I couldn't be just more thankful.
When interviewing with them, you've got a feel for it, right? What do you think you're getting into culture-wise? What do you think you're going to find there?
I think it's going to be a high level of academia. That's essentially what I'm looking at right now, and just anything from transplant to just some really complex cases. I really look forward to the challenge.
It's right up your alley. They're certainly getting a good one, man. You think you'll continue the scientific part of your world, your career, and the research and the publishing?
Absolutely. For us, we advance as society only when we put our minds together, and if we do research, that's essentially how we advance medicine. So that's something that I'm very interested in, and hopefully we'll get to continue that along the journey.
Most memorable part of your time here at the School of Medicine? Can you think of anything? What are you going to think back on?
This moment right here. This moment right here. I can't be more happy right now about finding out that all of this hard work, all of this, just endless nights, it's paying off.
Vlad Zitny, now you're staying here for a transition year, right? And then off to NYU in a year. Tell us what is a transition year all about?
So transition year is essentially the first year prior to anesthesiology. You complete a year in internal medicine, essentially to learn the skills of a general doctor, a general practitioner. And I'm very humbled to be here, to still be with my family, with my babushka, my mother, my stepfather. And we have phenomenal faculty over here. I know all of them and care about them deeply, and love working with them.
Well, we're looking forward to having you here for a year, and we hope you're coming back. You intend to come back maybe after residency?
Absolutely, I do, and just very excited.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Vlad. You crushed it.
Thank you.
He's good. Thanks again. I'm here with Dean Mark J. Kahn. So he's been overseeing this. He's been helping with the planning, and you've got to be thrilled with the results of today's match.
This is really terrific. What's great is that our mission is to care for our community. And we have about 40% of our kids staying here. I wish it were higher, but frankly, we need more residency positions in the state. But when I see kids do this well, they're going to some great programs across the country in addition to staying here. I know that we're really on the right track to getting better health care for our community.
So you have one student going to Harvard, one going to Penn. We've got Mayo Clinic. We've got some of the top programs in the country. What does that do for the reputation of the School of Medicine when our students go to these top programs and do well?
We're a new school, so we're developing our reputation as we go along. When our students match in some of these top programs, it only looks good for us. I'm really thrilled. There's a student actually going to the program I graduated from. So there's a student doing internal medicine at the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania. So that makes me feel particularly proud.
Great pride. And we had one from our charter class go there, and you get reports on them, right? And it all looks good for our school.
It all looks great. One of the students is funny. She's there. She's doing anesthesia. And as part of her anesthesia training, she had to do a month in the blood bank. And I know the guy who runs the blood bank. He was a classmate of mine. And he sent me a picture of her and me and said, I'm trying to get her to do pathology. I'm trying to get her to do pathology. And you don't say that if you don't really like the student. So she's just doing a bang-up job, and I look forward to hearing some of the other bang-up jobs some of our other graduates are going to be doing.
So you've been doing this for years, at Tulane for years, and now here. Is this the best day of the year for medical schools?
This is absolutely the best day of the year for medical school. You know, graduation's sort of bittersweet. We have to say goodbye to people. But this day, everyone's happy, everyone's excited. It's why they came to medical school. Best day of the year.
Dean Mark J. Kahn, Dean of the Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine, UNLV. Thank you, sir. Excellent work.
Appreciate it.
All right, welcome back. We have Mason Montano. Mason, I remember talking to you. I think it was second look, and you were really considering going to UNLV or another medical school. And I know your father, and I gave you the pitch. You got to come here, man. You be with your parents for another 4 years. Make the right decision.
I think at this point, yeah, it worked out for me as of now. So I'm hoping for the best, and it's almost surreal just being here right now, honestly.
Mason matched one of the top programs in the country, Yale. Right? Internal medicine?
Correct, yep.
Through the interview process, what did you learn about that program? What kind of culture do you think you'll find there?
I know they made a huge deal about their pizza, number one, but it's just, I would have never imagined ending up at a place like that, so I really don't even have any words about it, honestly.
And you were an ICU nurse for several years before medical school, right?
Exactly, for about 6 years, yeah.
What compelled you to say, okay, I want to go a little further?
Working as a nurse, I just wanted to learn a lot more the whole time, and it just really taking a more comprehensive care of the patients, and just really wanted to learn more in the whole process.
You're from here, and I have to ask everybody, right? Because you intend to come back after residency, you think?
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, that'd be the plan, but we'll see what happens. I wouldn't be opposed to doing anything, of course. I've spent a couple years on the East Coast, see how that works out, and then maybe back here.
Well, you were very active during the pandemic. You were helping vaccinate people and volunteering at different places, and we want to thank you for that. And we hope to see you back here, my friend.
Well, thank you. All my family's here, so I'll come back at some point, at least, you know.
Congratulations, Mason.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back. We've got another great student here. Justin Balzon did his undergrad at UC Berkeley, came to the UNLV, Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine, and crushed it. And where'd you match today?
I matched Cleveland Clinic.
In surgery, no less.
General surgery, yes.
General surgery,
Yep.
a very competitive specialty, am I correct?
Thank you. Yes.
Cleveland Clinic, one of the top medical institutions in the country. You must be thrilled.
I'm ecstatic. They were my #1 choice, and it's very surreal. I can barely believe it.
You got your card there. Show that to the camera. What is that now?
That is where I matched, Cleveland Clinic in general surgery.
Now you interviewed there, obviously. What do you think you'll find there? What kind of culture? What are you looking forward to when you get there?
Yeah, I think that's what sold it for me. It's a very supportive culture. They very much seem like they want all the residents to succeed, and I think that I'm going to get fantastic training there. I'm going to be the surgeon that will be able to help students here once we, 10 years down the line, once we get the school really set up. My plan is to return here one day. So
that was my next question. We would love to have you back. In the meantime, you participated in some pretty significant research projects here, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Dr. Jeffrey Cummings was one of them. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. About 3 years ago, I worked with Dr. Cummings on a project that looked at Alzheimer's disease drugs, but specifically drugs that are intended for one thing, but that we could potentially study for Alzheimer's disease. And we call that repurposed drugs. So that's what we studied.
I told you he was good. Justin Balzon, congrats.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy. We've got another great student to talk to. Gwen Amswala is here. I've followed your journey throughout your 4 years here. I haven't had the opportunity to speak to you as much as I'd like to. Tell us where you matched and what you expect to find there culture-wise and everything.
I matched up my #1 here at UNLV. I'm going to be doing my internal medicine residency.
Outstanding. We're so happy to have you. That's internal medicine. And what was your favorite moment of medical school, Gwen?
My favorite moment was when we actually started clinical rotations, which were actually paused for a bit because of the COVID pandemic, and then we finally got to go to the hospital, and it felt like instead of just reading books, we were actually doing something to help the patients.
Well, it's so good to talk to someone whose first choice was here in Las Vegas. Tell us why you felt important to stay here for residency.
Since I moved from India, Nevada has been home for me. I went to high school here, did my undergrad here, did my medical school here, and now I'll be doing my residency here.
Where'd you go to high school and undergrad?
Reno, McQueen High School, and undergrad, University of Nevada, Reno.
Well, we're so lucky to have you. What's been your what has been your favorite moment through these 4 years?
I think our class together, we're such a close group of friends. We got to know each other so well. It's such a small class, and I think our community is what is my favorite part.
Well, I look forward to seeing you around. Hopefully I won't have to see you in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
But if we call on you and check up on you, because you know, we love those who stay here and are committed to helping the people of Southern Nevada. Gwen, thank you so much. Congratulations. Who would you like to say hello to? Anybody?
Hello to my mom and my dad who couldn't make it, and my aunt who are watching me.
Gwen, congrats. Thank you.